And as the DSS is ensuring that the new currency note is circulated by appropriate authorities, the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on New Naira Redesign and Naira Swap Policy is rejecting the 10 days extension granted by the Central Bank of Nigeria for the exchange of old Naira notes. In a swift reaction, Chairman of the committee, Alassane Adodoguwa, rejected the extension, insisting that the CBN must comply with the sections 20 subsections 3, 4, and 5 of his act. He said a 10 days extension for the exchange of the old Naira notes is not the solution, saying the committee will only accept clear compliance with section 20, subsections 3, 4, and 5 of the CBN Act and nothing more. Mr. Adodoguwa described the extension as a more political gimmick to further deceive Nigerians and worsen their economic and social livelihood. And to other stories, the former Deputy President of the Senate, Ike Ekweremadu, will on Tuesday appear again in court in the United Kingdom, where he has been accused of organ harvesting. The lawmaker was in June 2022 arrested at Heathrow Airport in London after the police received a report from a young man claiming to have been trafficked into the UK. The young man, who made the report shortly after arriving in the UK from Nigeria, also alleged that he was made to undergo some medical tests, none of which he consented to. Mr. Ekweremadu was immediately arraigned before a magistrate's court for bringing a child into the UK to harvest his organs. While the lawmaker had been in custody since June the 23rd, his wife, who was arrested with him, was granted bail by a criminal court in London shortly after the arrest. Today makes it 221 days since Ekweremadu was placed in the custody of UK authorities. And still on court matters, Justice Inyang of the Federal High Court Abuja has dismissed a suit by former presidential candidate of Hope Democratic Party, Ambrose Owuru, against the election of President Muhammadu Buhari in the 2019 election. The suit, which sought the removal of President Buhari, was dismissed by the court on 3 major grounds, which include that the suit constituted a gross abuse of court process, it was statute barred, and was an affront to the supremacy of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Justice Eko also held that the suit was baseless, frivolous, and vexatious in the entirety. The plaintiff, Mr. Owuru, had in the suit applied for an order of the court to declare the presidential seat vacant and swear him in as the authentic winner of that election. Let's talk politics now. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has approved the Dr. Alex Ikweme Square for the All Progressives Congress presidential campaign rally in Awka. The state coordinator of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, Senator Marjorie Okadigo, made this public while inspecting the arena to ensure that everything is put in place before 31st of January as date for the state presidential rally.
We are fully set. And that's the essence of inviting you all this evening to brief you on how far we fared towards the reception, towards the rally on the 31st of January. Anambra is the headship, is the melting point when it comes to politics of the Southeast. And we are going to deliver.
The message is a renewed hope. And renewed hope in the sense that we have taken the party back to the grassroots.
Of course.
We have taken the party back to the wards.
Of course.
Our mobilization is going to come from the wards. Women, youth, support groups all come from wards.
Of course.
I, standing here, I belong to a ward. So you go back to your ward and join your ward, and that is where our mobilization is starting, and that's where it will be.
I know there's nothing good that comes so easy. So we know that this one, the challenges are there. You know, if you try to get yourself ready for a very big function, you must do what I call in-depth planning and proper and careful handling of issues.
A delegation from the European Union Election Observer Mission in Nigeria has paid a courtesy visit to the APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, at his residence in Abuja. The delegation, which was led by the European Union Election Observer Mission in Nigeria, Chief Observer Barry Andrews, is to observe the electoral process, the legal framework and its implementation, as well as the performance of the election administration, among other objectives. The chief observer says a core team of 11 election analysts have been in Nigeria for weeks to analyze the general political, electoral, legal and media process of the exercise. The APC presidential candidate, in his reaction after the closed-door meeting, said the interaction was a robust one. He added that he is ready to abide by the rules of the electoral exercise for the democratic process of the country to be further strengthened.
Long-term observers have been here since the second week of January. We apply a very strict methodology which has been tried and tested, and we are gathering our assessment, but we don't make any observations until we have completed the entire process. We will make a preliminary statement 2 days after the election, and then we will do a follow-up exercise a few months later to deliver our complete and final report. We have done this for 7 elections in a row, and we clearly have a very good partnership with the people of Nigeria to ensure that we can deepen the roots of Nigerian democracy.
The meeting was very good. It's enlightening, and it reflects a true commitment to democracy and peaceful election in the country. And that is what we are standing for. We will, definitely adhere to the rule of the game.